Hi guys, Jasmine here. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that being a social worker will not do for you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm a practicing social worker and I share my experiences as a social worker and generally my life, some of my life experiences as well on my channel. If you're interested, go ahead and subscribe. Let's get right into it. Anyways, I thought I'll do this video because most of the people that watch my channel, they are thinking of studying social work, or they're already studying social work, or they're in high school, whatever, but most of the time there is something to do with social work. So anyways, I wanted to make this video just talking to you about 3 things that you really need to consider if you're going to pick a career in social work. I think sometimes we have these expectations that, you know, we hope to get out of the career that we're going to do, and it might not necessarily be true all the time. So in my experience, this is what I think. So yeah, let's get right into it. The first and most important thing I want to say is I think a lot of social workers, or the people that choose to be social workers, most of the time they've experienced some kind of trauma in their life when they were younger or at a point in their life, and they've probably had a social worker support them, or they may not have had any help. So because of that, they tend to maybe want to be a social worker so they can help others, or they're inspired by the social worker that supported them so they want to be like them as well. And I think this can be really good, and social work can really be fulfilling if you've had those experiences. It's important to have gotten to a certain point with whatever trauma you experienced at that time. So you need to have semi-healed from that trauma before starting to work with other people. It's easy for you to look at you know, you working with others to support them as an answer to your own problems, and most of the time that can work temporarily, but it cannot continue forever. Like, it cannot continue to be the answer to that problem, and sometimes it can even escalate your own problems. So it's always really important to get your own problems to a certain point and not necessarily lean or rely on your career to be the answer to whatever problems you may have experienced in the past. My next point is you probably will not be recognized for the work that you do. I think it's really important to do the work for yourself. Do it because you want to do it. Do it because you're passionate about it, not because like you want someone to actually say, oh my god, so and so is so good at the work that they do, because most of the time you probably won't be recognized for it. And it's not because people are mean, it's just because people are just dealing with their own stuff, so they just don't really notice the work that you do. So it's really important to be aware that your work will probably be really good, and it might be really helpful and meaningful, but it doesn't necessarily mean that your work will be recognized. The last point is something that I have mentioned a couple of times. I think you know, the pay that you would get as a social worker is not that much for the amount of work that you do, but in saying that, it's a career that is so broad, so I think you can utilize your skills in other areas to make money, and you can, you know, get into entrepreneurship and stuff like that, and you can probably make some money on the side. But if you're only going to rely on your, you know, day job as a social worker, chances are you're not going to make much. So yeah, those were my 3 points that I wanted you guys to be aware of if you're thinking of picking social work as a career, or studying social work, or whatever. I hope it's helpful. If there's anything that I left out, and if you're a practicing social worker and you feel like it will be beneficial for the people on my channel to know, definitely leave it in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and yeah, I guess I will see you in my next video. Take care.